Jimmy here again. Today I will be talking about when I found out I was pregnant, a couple of events leading to that, and a couple things that happened right after we found out we were pregnant. I will also be giving y'all a couple tips if y'all are just finding out y'all are pregnant. So, on August 15th is the day I found out I was pregnant, and a couple days before that, me and my family, so my husband Daniel and his two daughters, we were moving from an RV park. We were living in an RV inside the park here in town. We were moving from that into the house we live in now. And I tell y'all that because when I found out I was pregnant, I was cleaning out the RV. I wasn't really cleaning it out. What I was doing was I was packing boxes. We had moved the RV from the RV park and we parked it in our backyard to make it easier on us. I was packing up boxes inside the RV and bringing them into the house and unpacking them. So, to make it a little easier, at the time Daniel was working, I was working as well. I was working at a daycare, but I had a couple days off, I remember. And I was using those days to pretty much move into the house. And when Daniel would get off work, we had quite a few things in a storage unit here in town, so that's what he was doing. So it's pretty much my job to unpack the RV. I think that's viable information to tell you because I remember the morning of August 15th, and I'm looking down here because I have a little journal that I wrote everything in. Excuse me. On the morning of August 15th, I was packing up the RV and coming inside to unpacking it, and I was doing the bathroom. So I had already done the kitchen and the living room, and I was at the bathroom, and I was putting everything that was inside a cabinet into a box, and I came across a pregnancy test. And I had a pregnancy test because a few months before, I was late on my period, which really wasn't that uncommon before I was pregnant. I was late though, so I took a pregnancy test and it was negative, but I still had one left over from the packet because it was a packet of 2. Before I got pregnant, like I was saying, my periods weren't very regular. Sometimes I would bleed twice a month, and sometimes I would go like 4 or 5 weeks without bleeding. So I was thinking to myself, I haven't had a period lately. Let me just take it. So I came inside to the house and I followed the directions. I did what I was supposed to do. I looked at it. I put the cap on it. I set it down. Nothing showed up. So I then, and you probably shouldn't do this. This probably isn't the best advice. What you should probably do is go buy a new pregnancy test and try it again. But what I did was I took the stick. It didn't show up. I gave it about a minute, maybe 2, and nothing ever showed up, not even the control one to show that the test worked. So it didn't work. I'm not sure if I didn't urinate on it enough, or if I held it downward too much. I don't know what happened. But I took the stick and I dipped it into the toilet water, and I did the same thing. I put the cap back on. I finished. I washed my hands. I was drying them off, and I looked at the counter, and there it was, 2 dark lines. So it was the control line and the line to show if you have the hormone that you're pregnant, and they were so dark. I've worked as a medical assistant before, so I know that most of the time when you do pregnancy tests, you have to kind of look at it at every angle to make sure you are pregnant because the lines are so faint. No, they are so dark. I still have the test. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and insert a picture. But oh my goodness, it was crazy to me that they were so dark. And instantly I was in shock. It was crazy to me that, oh my gosh, there's lines there. Like I said, I had taken pregnancy test previously, just because my periods were so out of whack and stuff. And I would take them to reassure myself, like, you're not pregnant, stop stressing out, whatever. Kind of like I took this one, I haven't had a period lately, and here's your pregnancy test, let me take it. So I just went into total shock. I remember I didn't have my wallet. Me and my husband had gone out somewhere or did something, and I had left my wallet in his car at the time. And he was at work in San Antonio. So I wanted to take another test. And pregnancy tests are usually pretty expensive. I'd say averagely $9 to $15. At a store, though, here in my hometown, Castroville, I worked at, I remembered that they had $1 pregnancy tests. So I went around the house, and we usually have change in our change bowls and stuff. I went around the house and I got $2.50, and I put it in my pocket, and I sped walked to that store. It's not very far away from the house. I'd say maybe about a half a mile. I walked as fast as I could to the store, and I bought two of those two of the $1 pregnancy tests. And my best friend lived right across the highway. She still lives there, right across the highway from the store, and then a couple blocks down off the highway. So I walked a little further to her house. I didn't come back home, and I told her, I said, I took a pregnancy test this morning. It was positive. It was super, super dark. I was like, I'm sure I'm pregnant, but I just want to make sure. I'm kind of in denial. I'm kind of in shock. And she said, yeah, no, come here. She said, I actually found out I was pregnant using one of those, or I think they confirmed it. She told me something about the little cheap pregnancy test, because I opened up the package and I showed her. And I told her, I don't know if, since it's cheap, if it'll be reliable, but I'm going to try it. And that's when she told me no. I think she said when she went and got her pregnancy confirmed at the doctor, they use that kind. So then I was like, okay, well then if they use it, it is reliable. So I did it, and again, the lines were so dark, so dark. And I showed it to her, and she said, there's no denying it. You don't even have to take the second one. You're definitely pregnant. And we showed her we showed it to her stepmom. And she said, does Daniel know yet? Which is my husband. And I said, no. She said, how are you going to tell him? I said, I'll probably wait till he gets home, and tell him, or leave it on the counter or something cute. That didn't happen. I ended up texting him, I think like 10-15 minutes later, and I just sent him both pictures of both tests that I took. And he said, wow, what? Like, he didn't believe it. I guess he texted his mom instantly and told her. The next day he had off of work, and we went and got it confirmed that next day. So like I said, we found out August 15th. I took the home pregnancy test. On the 16th, we went to the doctor here in Castroville and got it confirmed. I thought they were going to do a blood test. They didn't. I just did another urine test. They said, you're for sure pregnant. We're going to send it off to see how far along you're pregnant, and you should hear from us within the week. So, that night, Daniel's parents, my in-laws, took us out to eat to a restaurant here in town. They gave us a little bag of goodies, which was really cool, because I had just found out that I was pregnant, and they already had like a gift bag and a card with a bunch of baby stuff ready for us. It was really cute. And my sister-in-law, Finesse, she helped out with that. But yeah, that was the 16th of August. And I was working at the daycare, so I took the confirmation letter to work, and she told me, okay, we'll let you kind of take it easy, whatever. Let me look. I'm sorry, I have my book here with everything written down. I read it before. I thought I would remember, but I didn't. Okay, so that was the 16th that I found out that I was pregnant. On the 24th, I had an accident at work that led to an ER visit because I was spotting. I will talk about that in the next video. But like I said, I wanted to give y'all some tips if y'all are just finding out that you're pregnant, or even if you're trying to get pregnant. A lot of the women, girls, who have already started their periods, they have these apps. Like I used to use Period Tracker. There's several out there though. Those period apps, if you do have one and if you just found out you're pregnant, most of them have pregnancy settings. So if you go to the settings, there's usually a click, like you can turn it on or off. There's usually a pregnancy setting, and those apps already have all your information most of the time. So yeah, if you use one of those apps and you just found out you're pregnant, don't delete it, because you may figure, I'm not gonna have my periods anymore. I'm gonna delete it for a while and I'll get it back after I have the baby. Don't delete it. Go to the settings, see if it's one that has the pregnancy setting. Those are really awesome because, like I said, they already have all your information, and they will give you updates from week to week to week. At the time of my pregnancy, I wasn't using a period tracker because my periods were so out of whack. But I downloaded one after I found out I was pregnant. I downloaded Ovia. I believe it's called. It's OVIA. That was an awesome app. They gave me weekly updates. They told me what I should be expecting. They told me how big the baby was week to week. They showed me even the baby's handprint once the baby hands were formed. It was awesome. It was so cool. I also had one called Baby Bump, and that one was really cool too. Another thing that I would advise getting if you just found out you're pregnant is this book. I'm sorry it's backwards, but and I'm shaking. It's What to Expect When You're Expecting. They have several different editions of the book. I was given by my sister-in-law edition number 4. And that one you can read week to week, you can read monthly, there's so much to read in there. Mine that I read was, I did the week to week, and it followed it pretty closely. So that was really awesome to have. Once I start talking more in depth about like my pregnancy and stuff, month to month, I will read that and show y'all how closely it followed the pregnancy. It's really awesome. Another thing that I would advise getting is this thing that I keep looking down at, because I have a monthly planner here, or weekly planner, whatever you want to call it. My aunt actually bought it for me. Yeah. One of those monthly ones. My aunt bought it for me, and at the beginning of my pregnancy, I just used it to record what I was just reading to y'all. I recorded the day that I took the pregnancy test. I got it after I found out, so I went back and filled it in afterwards. But the day I took my home pregnancy test, when we went and got it confirmed, I even wrote when my in-laws took us out to eat. I wrote everything about the ER visit that I'm going to talk about in my next video. After I had her, if y'all watched my introduction video, y'all know that she was in the NICU. I wrote down day to day what happened in the NICU. It is so cool looking back at this. And the one my aunt bought me, you can actually color it. Let me try to find a page that I had colored. You can actually color it and customize it, so that's really cool. Hold on, sorry. See this? You can color it and customize it. It's one of those coloring ones. You can find some really cute ones if you're simple and more organized and you just want basic. You can buy a basic one. You can buy big ones. You can buy little ones. You can customize them. You can make little pockets where you can put the ultrasounds. You don't have to buy a baby book or a pregnancy book, spend a whole lot of money, you can just get one of these planners, and it's really cool because it already has the days listed, so you can write appointments, you can write everything. I wish I would have kept up with it more. At the beginning of my pregnancy, I really kept up with everything, and after I had her, I really kept up with everything. I had complications during the pregnancy, so when the complications started getting more serious, I kind of stopped, and I regret it because I know, like I said, I really like looking back and reading it. My next pregnancy, I plan on really, really, really keeping up with it. So yeah, those are a couple things that I advise new pregnant women to get, is a planner to record everything from the very beginning. And this What to Expect When Expecting book, you can buy it at any bookstore. And if you don't have a bookstore near you, or you don't feel like going to a bookstore, you can definitely get it off of Amazon and eBay. I checked before I made this video, and I did find it. Like I said, there's different editions. You might want to do some research, maybe to see what edition you would like best before you purchase it. But it's really cool to have. And if you don't want to purchase it or whatever, I'm sure you can go online, just type in What to Expect When Expecting month 1, What to Expect When Expecting month 2. But it's awesome to have this book because, I don't know, it's so cool. You're at a doctor's office, you get this feeling, you get this, something's happening. You just open it up, and most of the time when I had feelings like, oh my God, is this normal? Or does this happen to everyone? I would open up the book, and there it would be talking about it right there because it was normal. So, like I said, it's awesome how closely it follows everything, and it talks about everything. It doesn't leave any details out. It talks about, what's going on down there. It talks about breast. It talks about how you're feeling emotionally. It talks about everything. It talks about what's going on inside your stomach. It's so awesome. So yeah, please, please, please watch my next video because I will be talking about the ER like I was telling y'all about. Something happened at work, and it led to some interesting and very amazing news. Something scary turned out to be something amazing. So y'all go watch that. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video and this channel. Again, I have a group on Facebook. My name is Jemi, Jemi Garcia. I made a group on Facebook called NICU, NICU Life. So go and join the group, and you'll get more updates. Thank y'all. Have a good day.